Hello investors, my name is Dehan and welcome back to your number one place for all your investing needs. So in today's video, I will be going over my growth portfolio and showing you how I made over $2,500 just this past week. Most of these stocks are going to be long-term high growth picks. We choose stocks that will change the future with high potential, obviously, as they have a higher chance of growing, and that is something that we're looking for in short term and the long term. Now, if this is something that interests you, before we get into all the numbers, go ahead and smash that like button for me. I challenge you guys to get me 100 plus likes on this video. It helps the YouTube algorithm, so smash that like button. Also, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and turn on that bell notification so you get notified every time I make a new video. Leave a comment below, what stocks are you currently buying and how much have you made in investing in the previous month. If you want to start trading and you haven't traded before, links in the description. Sign up for Robinhood, get your free stock, or sign up for Webull and get 4 free stocks once you deposit $100. Now let's get into the numbers. Alright, so like we said, this portfolio is my growth portfolio. It's valued at $32,611 right now, and the gain in the past week is going to be $2,663.32. That is a massive gain right there, about 9.09% according to the M1 Finance tracker right there. So what we're going to be going over is basically the portfolio, the stocks I own in the portfolio, and how much they've given me back in the previous week. Now, this is going to be just showing you the opportunity that you have if you invest into the stock market and what can be done if you do it correctly. So the first stock in our portfolio that we're going to be looking over is going to be ENPH Energy, ticker symbol ENPH. So if we go ahead and take a look at ENPH Energy right now, the value of this stock holding in our portfolio is going to be $7,293.19. We made about $1,065 on this stock just in the previous week. So if we look here for ENPH Energy, our average share price is about $114.33. Currently it's $170.78, and we have about 42 shares. Now with ENPH Energy, I'm going to tell you guys a story that is very interesting and kind of crazy actually. So on Robinhood, I actually owned ENPH Energy when it was around $8 or $9. Thanks to my tax guy, actually, he recommended ENPH Energy to me about 2 or 3 years ago, and I bought probably, I believe it was about 40 or 50 shares of it at $8, and I sold around the $15 area. I made 100% profit pretty much, and I sold ENPH Energy, and then I continued to buy it. I actually had an average price of about $80 or $90 in like 2 or 3 months ago, but I did sell off some of my shares and bought new shares after that, and M1 Finance doesn't really keep track of that very well, so it says that my average share price is $114, but I actually did buy ENPH Energy around $80 or $90. So I guess because I bought it at a higher price and then sold again, the price is higher than it actually is. But ENPH Energy, it's actually a great solar company in my opinion, green energy, especially now with Biden being the president. I think that ENPH Energy is going to continue to boom. My price target for ENPH Energy was $200 a share by the end of 2021, but it's not even the end of 2020 yet, and this stock is almost at $200 right now, and it was trading at $80 or $90 when I bought it. So this stock is really having a nice run. The second stock that we're going to be showing you guys in this portfolio is going to be Tesla. So Tesla, oh boy. So this one obviously, Tesla just joined the S&P 500 on the 21st of December, which was on Monday. We own about $4,197 worth of Tesla, and we're up about $64.79 this past week on this holding. Now, something to say here is obviously I've had Tesla many times. I used to own about $10,000 or $12,000 worth of Tesla before the split actually, and I sold it right before the split. And then once it took a little bit of a dip and then the stock continued to trend on up, I bought it back in again. And obviously, as you can see right now, my average share price is about $416. We own 6.4 shares, and the price currently is around $649. It almost hit his $700, but the stock has pulled back, and that's something we're going to be continuing to look at. Obviously, Tesla is the #1 EV company in the world right now. It's it's beating all automakers. It's the biggest one out there. So Tesla is just going to continue to go, and it's not just a EV market. Obviously, they have their solar panels and much more that they have to offer to us. Tesla is actually a tech company if you think about it. So I think that Tesla has so much more ahead of it. So I'm definitely going to be buying Tesla on any dip under $600, closer to that $500, $550 area. So Tesla is definitely a long-term hold for me. The next one in our portfolio that we're going to be looking at is going to be ticker symbol NIO, which is going to be NIO, obviously. So this one is going to be a Chinese EV maker, big competitor of Tesla, actually. And I've been trading NIO for a while. I had actually about $6,000 or $7,000 worth of NIO at one point. Currently, we have about $3,746 worth. we gained about $500 profit in the past week trading NEO. And as you can see here, I have a pending order for about $1,400 more of NEO because NEO has pulled back and it's kind of consolidated, and it's, leaving that consolidation area and starting to trend up. And I think that, it's past that dip area and it's time for NEO to start running back up. It obviously took it that dip from about $57 all the way down to low 40s, a little bit lower than 40, and now we're trying to, trend back up, which is something we're looking forward to, and that's why I'm loading up actually on NEO right now. But I have, sold in the past whenever we had dips. When it dipped from that $57 area to about 40 something dollars, I did sell some of my shares obviously to lock in some profits, and now I'm buying back in as I'm predicting to see a run up going into NEO Day obviously in January. I think there's going to be some big news coming out in NEO Day, and I think that NEO is going to run up to the news and potentially even after that. But obviously NEO is a long-term hold for me for the next 5, 10 plus years, especially if it continues to boom the EV market and, make some competition for Tesla, as all the other Chinese EV makers are not even close to NEO or Tesla. So right now, if we take a look down here, our average share price is $47.64 according to this. Price is $48.95 right now. Previously I owned NEO for way lower, so I think that what happens with M1 Finance is when you own shares and you buy more shares, but then you sell some of your shares, the average share price does not calculate correctly, and that's why it's saying there that I'm actually only up about $1 above that share price, but that's not correct. As you guys see, I have 76 shares and I made $500 in the past week, so how could it, be at that price? Obviously, I've had NEO since, the 20s, 30s. I've been buying it ever since then. So M1 Finance just does a very bad job actually at calculating all that stuff, but I've made some decent profits actually on NEO in the past week, and I'm continuing to hold it. Next up, we have a stock that is very popular amongst the financial YouTubers right now. It is going to be TTCF, which is going to be the Tattooed Chef. So this company is being talked about a lot by, big YouTubers like Jeremy, Meet Kevin also talked about it, and a couple of other YouTubers that I watch that are in the finance sector. Now this stock, obviously, I bought around $20, I believe, and I actually have about $2,519 worth right now. We're up about $519.90 in the past week on this one. And as you can see here, I'm actually buying another $1,000 worth of Tattooed Chef. So down here, if we see our average buy price is $20.24, we own about 98 shares. Currently it's trading at $25.50, and the market cap is only $1.4 billion. So this one has so much more room to grow. This could be a $100 stock in the next 5 or 10 years, especially with all of the things that they offer. And that is something that we're looking forward to as this company can grow. We also have companies like the Very Good Food Company, which is another company that has potential, but it's more speculative, so it's more of a spec stock. But Tattoo Chef is a little bit more safer in my opinion, and that's why I'm investing in it. I actually even had some option calls for January 15th, 2021, the $25 calls. And I actually, I was pretty scared and sold out when it started crashing after that analyst day. And if I would have held it, actually, I would have made about 150, 200% gain so far, with still another 25 days to go before expiration. So kind of, biting myself for not holding those options. But, I sold them, and what can we do? At least we're holding these shares in the portfolio, which is going to make up for that. But we could have made some decent gains on those options as well. But Tattooed Chef, definitely a company I'm going to hold for a long term. If you made it this far in the video, go ahead and smash that like button, guys. It helps the channel grow. Subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment below. What do you think about the stocks in my portfolio so far? Do you own any of these stocks in your portfolio? Let's discuss in the comments below. I've replied to every comment, so if you guys are interested, let's chat. Now, the next stock in the portfolio is going to be FB, which is Facebook. And with Facebook, we're actually down for the week. So with this one, we own about $2,300 worth in the portfolio. We're down about $11.86 on this one in the past week. So we're not going to spend too much time wasting, talking about this one as it's down. But we own about 8.4 shares at an average price of $259. Currently, it's at $272. So we're doing pretty decent with Facebook. And obviously Facebook, I believe, is going to be one of the biggest companies, as it already is in the future. So this stock just has so much more room to grow. I think that, Mark Zuckerberg is just doing an amazing job. And I think that this company has a lot of potential in the future. After that, we have ARKW, which is going to be ARK Next Generation Internet ETF. So obviously this is an ETF, and it's actually a high growth ETF that grows very, very quick. This company holds so many different stocks in it that are, looked at every single day, every single week, and they're continuously buying and selling stocks out of this ETF. and this is actually one of my favorite ETFs for the long term right now. Heavily invested, and I'm going to continue to invest into this in the near future. I really like it a lot, but as you can see, we put about $2,000 worth into this portfolio, and we're up about $104 currently in the past week. We have about 13.7 shares at an average price of 145, and currently it's at $152 per share. So this one, I think it's going to be a great company. All these ARK ETFs are actually amazing in my opinion, and I'm going to continue to own them and buy more on every single dip that I see. And you'll see that I have some more of these in my portfolio. Next up, we have DBX, which is going to be Dropbox, and this is actually a stock that I'm going to be taking out of my portfolio, and I'm going to explain to you why. So this one, we had about $2,000 worth, and we're up about $22 in the past week, but in my opinion, this one is too slow. It doesn't grow fast enough for me, in my opinion. We have about 86 shares at $23.75. Currently, it's at $23.55, so we're actually down in this position overall, but in the past week, we're up $22. This stock is just, it's not growing for me fast enough. A lot of big YouTubers were talking about this stock. I did some research and I jumped in on the stock, obviously, to see how it would do, but I don't think that it's going to be growing fast enough in my opinion, and it's just not an interesting stock. Sometimes you buy these stocks because they seem to do good on paper, but then once you dive into it more and see things, how they run, you just see that, the stock's actually not one of my favorite stocks right now, and that's just something that, that's my opinion. Some people think that Dropbox is going to be doing, very well in the near future, but I don't, and that's why I'm going to be selling this one out of the portfolio actually. Next up after that, we have AAPL, which is going to be Apple. So Apple, obviously, everybody knows Apple. Today, they just had some huge news, actually. They're going to be trying to get into the EV market by 2024, which is huge. So it was up about $3 after market. Currently, we have a current value of $2,005. We were up about $85 on this one in the past week. So right here we have about 15.6 shares of Apple at an average price of $119. It says right here 128, but the actual price right now is around 131. So Apple's starting to trend back up. It's trying to break that all-time high. We're getting closer and closer to it. The market cap is at 2.2 trillion. Could Apple be the first company in the US to hit 3 trillion? We're going to have to see. And then after that, we have another ARK company. So this is going to be ARKG, and the previous one was ARKW. So this one's going to be for Genomic Revolution ETF. So this one, just like the previous one we talked about, I think that these ETFs are just amazing. I can't believe that I didn't see these in the past, but we have about $1,591 worth. We were up about $91 in the past week on this one, as we actually just bought this one the other day. So we have 15.8 shares, 94.69 average share price. Currently it's at $100.45. Like we said, ARK, these ARK ETFs are just amazing. They have different sectors. I'm going to be making a full in-depth video about the ARK ETFs and about their CEO. So if you guys are interested in that, actually stick around to this channel. Make sure you subscribe for that, because I'm going to be talking about that. It's one of the best ETFs in my opinion personally, that I'm going to be holding for a very long time and making some huge gains on this. Next up after that, we have AMD, Advanced Micro Devices. So this is a chip maker, obviously, and it's one of the biggest chip makers. We have NVIDIA, we have AMD, big chip makers. I like both of them, but Advanced Micro Devices, once again, a stock that I bought in a portfolio. I've owned it in the past, but so once again, I think that my money is better spent in a different stock that's going to have higher growth and faster growth. And as you can see, I'm actually selling off this stock in my portfolio, but we do have about $1,443 worth. We were down about $56 on AMD in the previous week. We have about 15 shares at $96. Currently it's at $93. But I just think that, AMD is a great company, but I think I can invest my money into a stock that is better with higher growth, and that's why I'm going to be selling this one out of the portfolio. Next up on our list, we have SBE, which is going to be Switchback Energy Acquisition Company. So this one is actually connected with the EV makers. They produce charging stations, obviously, for Tesla and other EV makers. So this stock, we have about $1,150 worth. We're up about $109 in the past week on this one. And we have about 29, almost 30 shares at $48.67. Current price is $39. So this one, once again, the average share price is messed up. And that is because I've owned this stock in the past, and then I sold it off once the EV market was having a cool off. And then now I bought it again, and M1 Finance just doesn't, keep track of it very well. But overall, I am actually down on this position if I count, the past and right now. But I believe that Switchback is going to be an amazing company. It has so much, potential ahead of it. It's only a 1.1 billion market cap, so I think this stock can definitely hit, $100 a share in the next year or two, possibly 5 years. It depends on how the growth goes and how everything else goes in the economy. After that, we have SQ, which is going to be Square. So Square is one of my favorite companies, actually, as well as PayPal. So I'm going to be loading up on this company, and I actually can't believe that I didn't have this one until now. I've been missing out pretty much for the whole year as this stock has been booming. So we're actually buying another $500 worth overnight. So currently the value is at $1,113. We're up about $84 on this position the past week. So we have 4.7 shares at an average price of $209. Currently trading at $233. So, this stock is just booming, and I think that this stock is going to continue to boom, especially since it's getting involved a lot into Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is obviously hitting all-time highs every day. I think we hit an all-time high of about $24,000 per Bitcoin, and that's huge because Square is going to continue to move as they're, broadening their horizon. And then last but not least, we're going to have PayPal holdings. So Square and PayPal, like I said, some of my favorite holdings in my portfolio, even though I prefer Square over PayPal currently. PayPal, we have $1,100 worth, and we were up about $77.93 on this position in the past week. We own 4.6 shares at $217, currently trading at $237. So Square and PayPal, they're very, very close. They're very, very similar companies. They're doing, similar things, obviously, but PayPal is way ahead a little bit. As, you all know, Elon Musk made PayPal very huge, and he made some decent money, and he moved on with it. But I think the Square is going to be amazing and overtake in the near future. So now that you guys seen all of these holdings in my portfolio, these are all my high growth portfolio stocks that I own in this portfolio. So, what do you think? What do you think about these holdings? Do you own any of these in your portfolio? I want you guys to leave a comment below. Like I said, I reply to every comment. So let me know, what do you think about the holdings? Are any of these stocks that you would not sell, or that you would sell if you owned them? And what do you think? And just, your opinion. I know that I own a lot of ENPH and Tesla up here in NEO compared to the other ones, but I actually used to own even more of ENPH and Tesla and NEO, but I sold off and, diversified a little bit because I didn't want to, be overweight and have too much in a certain sector or a certain field, obviously. At one point, I had a lot in the EV, Tesla, NEO, and Switchback and Enphase. That was it. So it was all, the new energy, clean energy, and I didn't have anything else. So, I wanted to add Facebook, the Tattooed Chef, and just diversify a little bit into other sectors. That way, if one sector starts to pull off, cool down, the other ones can still stay up and, equal out pretty much, so I won't lose too much of my profits. And that's how we came to this gains right here that we see 2663 in the past week on this portfolio. The portfolio's valued at 32,000. So those are some big gains. If you can continue to make these gains in the future, the portfolio is going to continue to grow and grow more and more. So guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel for more content. Check out my other videos. I make videos on dividend investing, growth investing, penny stock investing, all types of investing. So check that out, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.